Not looking good for you.
We cannot be turned back.
I'm gonna rip you a new one.
A feeble effort.
Let us see if they have an answer for this.
Forever in service. The Mother protects us.
You don't want to get up.
I realize, of course, the three of you aren't known for your restraint, but try to bring the creature back in one piece. I still need to study it when you're done.
Might not be up to us, Doc.
It's fighting. No promises. I think you got it.
Hell that.
Here it comes.
Now that was something.
I'm on it. Payback's gonna be fun.
I'm the best there is. So what are you doing here?
Hydra seems quite intent on protecting the bar guest. I would think that's a good indicator of potential value to us.
Or maybe Hydra just doesn't like us and the dog is irrelevant.
Did Tony put you up to this, or are you just providing color commentary on curiosity?
I'm just here to make sure no innocent dogs are harmed by your theories.
My
They cannot possibly match your strength. I'm impressed.
Smells like someone had an accident.
I don't know what Tony has been telling everyone, but the bar guest is an omen of death. A demonic entity that has likely taken many innocent lives over the centuries.
You ever hear the saying, there are no bad dogs, just bad owners?
Of all people, I thought you would understand the nature of the beast, Logan.
Should get the blood pumping.
How long have you been waiting to do that?
Give your mother my regards, idiot.
You don't know who you're messing with.
By now, I would hope we've all seen enough of the bar guest in action to understand its nature.
It's a little mean, but not any worse than the rest of them.
Yes, maybe it is just scared of unwelcome intruders.
I've yet to hear any other proposals on how we might break through the barrier. If anyone has a non-bar guest solution, I'm all ears.
You were too weak for this fight. Your magic may be powerful, Doctor, but I am still impressed you managed to contain the Barghest.
No less impressive than your efforts to capture it, Hunter. I believe in its weakened state, the creature will remain bound here.
And what do you plan on doing with it now?
The first step will be carefully transporting the beast down to the forge, a delicate operation I plan to handle personally. Why don't you come by tomorrow before I begin the actual research? I'll know more then.
So, why are we keeping this thing alive?
The material properties of the animal's skin are amazing.
Sounds like serious.
I hate to admit it, but I may need Tony's assistance for this.
Man, you see the teeth on that thing?
Yeah, pretty nasty. Too bad we can't drain it.
Give it time. We get desperate enough, I'm sure someone will try it.
I ain't much of a conversationalist. More of a fighter.
I hate to admit it, but I may need Tony's assistance for this.
What you doing, Charlie?
I must admit, I wasn't entirely confident that the Barghest would be taken alive, but if anyone could do it.
And now you will do something terrible to the beast?
Not necessarily. The barrier protecting Dr. Banner's facility functions on a simple premise. Only demons can pass through it, so all we need is a way to disguise the hunter as a demon.
I told you before, I am not turning that dog into a cape.
And I told you it is not a dog. Besides, I don't think a cape will be enough.
You wouldn't dare.
My hope is that we can synthesize a facsimile of the Barghest's skin to fool the barrier without harvesting the creature itself.
This really is a bizarre plan, even for you.
If you want to reach the Gamma Accelerator, this is our best and only hope.
More importantly, Doctor, is reaching Wanda. I don't like it, but if the creature must be sacrificed for her...
Having this much demonic energy concentrated on you, Hunter, is not an insignificant risk. I just hope your collar can withstand...
Let me worry about that, Doctor, after you have proven out your plan.
Are you having problems with...
The creature is restless. The sooner we start our research, the better.
What happens to the creature after you are finished?
That is up to you.
It came from hell. Send it back home.
As you wish. We're ready to begin our research on the creature. Just say the word.
I saw you petting it this morning.
You are mistaken. I was taking a... We're ready to begin our research on the creature. Just say the word.
Have you come to vent about Strange's plan? I did my best not to be rude. To his face, at least.
You do not believe it will work.
No, I don't. But I do know that Wanda is on the other side of that barrier, and the Doctor may be our only hope of reaching her.
He cares about Wanda too. Do not forget that. Stark may be after this Gamma accelerator, but the Doctor is clearly focused on Wanda.
That's why I did not rip apart his idea from the beginning. I know we both want the same thing.
It could be worse. You could be the one who has to actually wear the dog armor.
True, you are the guinea pig once again. Thank you for the talk, Hunter. I feel slightly better about our chances.
Can we please just get this research going now? I want an alpaca. Give me a sec. Okay, so... sometimes, I even impress myself. How long did you say you were exposed to this thing?
I'm happy to help, Hunter.
Ready for more?
He could go a few rounds.
All right then.
Ready to go? Sparring, mate?
Friendly neighborhood service at friendly neighborhood prices.
Bye. Thanks, Hunter.
They say the Pacific Ocean has no memory, Hunter.
But you are looking at the Atlantic.
Really? Well, that explains so much. Just think. A few years ago, I was just your quintessential 98-pound high school freshman weakling. Even the lunch ladies used to shake me down for milk money. Now look at me. Hanging with the legendary Hunter and the Midnight Suns in their super-secret Atlantic Ocean base.
We are happy to have you.
That's just it. What if that radioactive spider had decided to chomp down on someone else's behind? What would old non-arachnid me be?
A brave warrior and a cunning ally either way.
Not what the kids on the playground used to say. I was the equipment manager for TAG.
Peter, I am friends with you, not your powers.
Now that's an F word I never get tired of hearing. Unless it comes from MJ when you think you're on a date. You know, Hunter, I've been to a lot of truly amazing places since I put on the old spider tights. Way beyond my little neighborhood in Queens. But when all is said and done, there is nowhere I'd rather be right now than here with the rest of you.
Salutations. You're not far from a Hydra data drop used by their field operatives. A potentially valuable source of new intel on their movements.
I'm right here.
I believe Stark and Carol have done most of the legwork, but you still need to access those consoles to retrieve the data.
I was expecting a challenge.
Getting it done anyway. This should be good. Whatever gets the job done. Here we go.
I don't have magic healing!
Welcome assistance.
I'm saving my energy. Not even a dent.
You're mine!
They must know my reputation.
You must fight. Join our fight. I've got your back.
Still they persist. A focused effort?
That'll work.
I have the target in sight. Now that was something.
Let's do it. This shouldn't take long. This might help a little.
I won't forget this.
Try harder than that.
I'll handle it. Someone get me out of here! You have nothing to fear. Reinforcements inbound.
I hope this is one of the stronger arms. We did come all the way here for a fight. Follow my lead. This should aid me in my fight.
Sure, why not? Hey, it worked, didn't it? No time for a good cop, bad cop.
Let's try.
Let's give it a go. I am a sorcerer's queen, you know.
Your loyalty to the Mother of Demons will be your undoing.
Defiler.
Regroup and await reinforcements.
All is well for the moment.
shouldn't take long. Precisely what I needed.
Watch and learn, my friend. You should really stay down.
I don't know what it is, but I like it.
There was a time when Lilith had the highest of standards for that time has clearly passed.
Another round of warm bodies coming in.
I'm feeling good about the situation, all things considered. Nice. Good man.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
Ought to improve the odds.
Not great, but not bad.
You've recovered the data. Excellent work out there.
Hunter, I may have found something of interest to you. The means to surmount that obstacle you were so interested in. The secret lies with the symbiote you recovered. If my suspicions are correct, it can be used to disrupt your troublesome ward in the same way that my own wards of protection fell at the Sanctum Sanctorum.
What do I have to do?
Without going off on an overly technical Starkian rant, the alien itself has a very unusual composition. Its seemingly gelatinous structure seems to interfere with the ward's resonance frequency when channeled with the appropriate magic.
You are not going to ask me to retrieve more of the creature, are you?
That shouldn't be necessary. Although a cooperative venom would be invaluable here, I think we can make do with what's left from before. I left a vial of the symbiote on my desk in the forge. If you're intent on removing the ward, take it with you. Discreetly.
Thank you for pursuing this further, Doctor. I doubt anyone else could have made this kind of discovery.
You're too kind, Hunter. Besides, I think our mutual friend has done quite well in guiding you so far.
We have many mutual friends, Doctor.
Oh, I think you know the one. But don't worry, your secret is safe with me.
Well, that is reassuring, Doctor.
And now I should be getting back to my work, but do be careful out there, Hunter, and don't forget about the vial on my desk.
This is a distillate from the Venom symbiote. Strange thinks this will dispel the ward? These appear to be human bones.
I suspect we've finally found the last resting place of Hiram Shaw. Judging by the looks of this place, he was locked down here for quite some time. I can't say I pity him.
But how would he have ended up like this?
Someone sealed him in and made sure there was no chance of ever escaping.
Someone?
From what we've seen, I believe this was your mother's handiwork. She must have used the Darkhold page taken from Shaw to seal his fate. Literally. And I'm sure that means Sarah was at the very least aware of what Lilith had done.
My mother was right to do this.
I can't be so sure, but I'm certainly not feeling any sympathy for his plight.
I would hope not, considering what he did to the Coven.
I can only imagine how angry Lilith and Sarah were when they finally arrived in Salem. In some ways, locking Shaw down here almost seems merciful.
I do not see the moon seal here.
You're right. I don't sense its power here either. Perhaps Shaw's study deserves a closer look. There must be something we've missed. must be something here we've missed.
The gods are fickle.
This was Shaw's study. Surely the answer lies here somewhere.
If it was here, Autumn would show me. The goddess must be busy. The goddess disagrees.
There must be something here we've missed. This was Shaw's study. Surely the answer lies here somewhere. There must be something here we've missed. This was Shaw's study. Surely the answer lies here somewhere.
These drawings.
They're witch warrens, places where a witch might hide using magical means. Judging from the detail he put into these, Shaw must have studied the warrens for a long time before making his move.
He tortured them there.
Yes, I suspect so.
Why?
The witches wouldn't give up the Moon Seal. Our gift doomed the Salem Coven to an unimaginable fate. These drawings may yet be useful. I will bring them back to the library for further study. Meet me there tomorrow night.
Book club tonight. You in?
Meet you there.
Let's head over.
I like this book, but I can't explain why. Maybe I'll figure it out as we discuss it.
I should not be this nervous about what you all thought of the book. Even the best translations from Kree lose subtext. I'm ready for this.
Everyone's in the mood. Let's get this started.
I am ready.
Carol, this was your book, so you can start.
I'll throw it back to you. What did you think of the book?
I had a rough time with it.
You didn't like it?
Didn't say that. At first I spent more time referencing the glossary than reading the book.
Sounds familiar. What changed?
I noticed a kind of rhythm to the words. I began to see them as lyrics to a song. All that dry talk faded and it finally came together. The lyrics made it feel much bigger than a chapter on Kree farming implements.
Exactly. This book was about much more than farming.
Exactly. The rhythm to it helped paint a bigger picture. Once I caught on, I kept reading and didn't rely on the glossary. I picked everything up from context. That's when I realized none of this was about farming. I'm surprised how much stuck with me, despite some concepts being legit alien to me.
Agreed. For me, the rhythm wasn't lyrics. It was more like the book was written to a cadence.
That's why I had you read it on your Spark. The mnemonic lexicon won't work with a hard copy.
The what now?
An ancient Kree technique. It helps you remember texts that would otherwise be considered... There's no Kree word for stuffy, but essentially that. But all that's packaging. Let's get into the book itself. Hunter, did you figure out what the bloom and the harvest represent?
The bloom represents the range of a fortress. The harvest happens when enemies enter that range.
That's one vital part. You're right, the bloom can represent overlapping fields of fire, but it's more than one concept. At the time of the book's writing, the Kree cared most about integrating captured territory while still expanding their empire. Conquered worlds came with people. Rather than treat them as prisoners, the Kree provided them with most benefits enjoyed by Kree citizens. This period is known as the Cultivation.
So the bloom was when they gained full citizenship under their conquerors.
No, it's when the world requested it. As long as they could feed themselves with Kree farming techniques and defend their world with Kree defenses, the request was granted with few exceptions.
So what's the harvest?
As part of the service required by the Empire, many of these new citizens began the cultivation of freshly conquered worlds.
So they were living examples. Show the newly conquered what they could achieve if they went along with the Empire.
That's also how vampires work.
Carol, I think I pieced together the Kree strategy.
Do tell.
It's all tied to agriculture. Every soldier knows you can't fight if you can't eat, but they applied this to their expansion. Till the field, sow the seed, pull the weed, reap the crop. It means the Kree wouldn't advance until the territory they took was secure and productive.
If your enemy knows how you will act, they can prepare.
Certainly, for other spacefaring empires. But most worlds had no idea the Kree existed until the invasion was underway. But the Kree expansion had momentum. They could afford to push harder because their whole weight was behind the advance. Unless a world could push just as hard, it would eventually fall under Kree control. Carol, how was that?
Close enough to impress me. The strategy in Volume 32 wasn't perfect, but it worked out for the Kree far more often than it failed.
What happened when it failed?
That's covered in Volume 33.
And that's Book Club. Steve, you're up next. What's your book?
The Mantle of Authority, by General Chester Phillips.
Is this the one you keep saying I should read?
The very same. Now you have to. It's Book Club.
Before I forget,
I hope you enjoy the book I chose.
Why do you say that?
It's about people who weren't around until after your death. But I'm sure you'll figure out the context.
So, why choose this book?
Volume 30 was way too spicy for this crowd.
Go on.
I'm kidding. It's relevant to what we're facing today. Hydra, the Lilin, your mom, they seem to have the upper hand all over the world.
I thought the Kree always won.
No, that's what the Kree convinced everyone to believe. We haven't lost until we start believing their propaganda. And that's how we defeat our enemy. As long as we're still standing, they're gonna fall.
Can't wait to hear your thoughts at the next...
See you at the next one.
Hunter. Okay, just between us. Carol's book was extremely weird, right?
Well, I learned a thing or two.
What, how to grow turnips on the moon?
That is harsh.
I didn't think it was that bad. But interstellar agriculture as a metaphor for planetary conquest, not what I expected.
You should be honest with Carol.
I'm always honest with Carol. But if I tell her it was a weird book, I'll sound like I don't know much about her adopted culture.
And how is that bad? You do not know, so this is the perfect opportunity to ask.
Good point. All right, I'll do it. Thanks, Hunter.
Good luck.
You headed out?
I am taking off.
Later then. Carol, I had some more thoughts on the book.
You do? You must have really liked it.
Hunter, hello.
How long did the Salem witches hide here before meeting their end?
Something on your mind? Until we speak again.
So,
I will see if I can find you a treat later.
As I had hoped, the Barghest's dark energy is exactly what we needed to pierce the demonic barrier.
What is our next move?
I've created a suit of armor from it, tailored to fit you and only you. In theory, it will allow you to walk among the Lilin. I just hope it fits. It certainly looks impressive, doesn't it? I've decided to call it the Demon Child suit.
A very fitting name, Doctor. On many levels.
I was hearing a lot of I's in there, Doc. Thought this was a we scenario going on here.
Yes, Tony provided some assistance, of course. Particularly with the name.
Yeah, well, forgive me if I'm not used to having my combat suits try and take a bite out of me while I calibrate them.
It is an impressive, if not pungent, creation.
Speaking of, I suggest you make use of the suit while the components are still fresh. That should maximize the protections against that infernal barrier.
Understood, Doctor.
Oh, you are gonna love this.
Hunter, what is that hideous thing you're wearing?
Hideous? That's harsh, even for you, Sarah.
It, smells. And what is that leathery material it's made of? It looks like it's made from the skin of...
Rabid demon dog? Pretty much terrifies me just looking at it. But if it can get Hunter here through that demonic barrier keeping us out of Banner's lab, I can deal with my existential terror over Strange's creepy meat suit.
Barrier? I thought we discussed this.
Oh, we did, Sarah. We just decided to go another way.
Hunter, we need to talk, and we need to talk now. So, I see you, Stark, Magic, and Nico are heading to Banner's lab, despite my objections.
We are.
But I said no, and I said it loud and clear.
Well, this is what we have decided to do. Best accept it.
It's not like any of you are giving me much of a choice.
Afraid not. I am sorry, Sarah, but you cannot stop us.
No, I suppose I can't. Fine. Go back to the lab and get Tony's toy.
Thank you, Sarah.
While you're there, if you happen to encounter Wanda, don't make the mistake of going easy on her. I assure you, she won't hold back on you.
Then I will not hold back either.
Glad we're on the same page. I was afraid you were going to say that you still had hope for her. But I know you have better sense than to jeopardize yourself for someone who is beyond saving. Well, at least that armor looks as sturdy as it is macabre. It should give you the protection you need. Good luck out there. I hope Tony's accelerator is worth it.
What have you got for me, boss? Nice, you brought me the good stuff. Sometimes, I even impress myself. I'm here if you need me.
Don't sneak up. One blade wearing that. In fact, don't.
Hey, Hunter. We'll cut through that encryption in no time. Just more evil junk. Don't these people sleep? Have hobbies? Got some ops ready for you.
highest priority.
You can owe me one.
I'm here if you need me.
Ugh, Hunter, that suit.
Time's wasting, Hunter.
Hydra won't want to tussle with me now.
Ready for more? I'm ready when you are. Peace.
Hey, Charlie Warley puppy face. Good girl, Charlie.